Hey folks, thanks for joining me here on KY4.com. Hopefully you've had a nice work week so far, and now that we're over the hump, you're looking forward to the upcoming weekend. A lot of rain on Wednesday night into early Thursday. That dropped a lot of the leaves off the trees. At least they're beginning to pile up in my backyard, and definitely brought some cooler air to the region. But there is good news finishing out the week and heading into the upcoming weekend. Our weather looks dry. Temperatures will be cool initially Friday, but then we'll begin to warm things up as our winds turn out of the southwest on Saturday. So I think we'll be back into the lower 60s, and that's great news, especially with the Cats at home again, taking on Missouri with that high noon kickoff on Saturday. Should be a delightful afternoon for it, especially for this time of the year. Through the weekend, there will be a couple of cold fronts that will move through, but they will be moisture starved, so they'll be dry fronts. It'll knock our temperatures down a few degrees, still around 60 on Sunday. Same deal on Monday. Now, the focus long term is going to be a fairly significant system coming our way next Tuesday into Wednesday, and it's significant because it's going to bring much colder air, and there should be enough moisture trailing behind the system that there is the possibility that that S word creeps back into the forecast. We're getting pretty deep into November here, even though it's still a little bit early. There is the possibility that we could catch a bit of snow out of this system next week. One thing you need to keep in mind, we still have to get a little bit closer to that time before we begin to pinpoint things, because the computer model data a little off on where the upper level energy, which will help drive the train with the colder air, those combined, where that is going to set up. And that will be a big factor in exactly who gets what. It looks like everything starts out as rain, and then as the colder air rushes in, we'll see a mixing and then a changeover to some snow. But of course, so far out, the devil is in the details. So it's just one of these cases where we'll have to keep an eye on things through the weekend and begin to zero in on things next week. So I know that's gotten a lot of people's attention at this point, especially considering, yes, it's still the early and middle part of November, and but the transition is on, and that possibility exists. So, of course, that's something we'll be watching through the weekend and into early next week. In the short term, enjoy the late week and into the weekend weather, and we'll keep you updated. And as always, thanks for joining me here on KY4.com.